Doctor Who, one of the most successful shows to originate from Britain. Since its revival, it has had 4 Doctors, with the 5th one, Jodie Whittaker, set to start this autumn, and a new era going in with Chris Chibnall. It's been very successful, but there was a show before 2005 that I have only delved in a few times. That's why I'm going to start a new series where I review a story from each season of Doctor Who before its cancellation in 1989. It's time for the Pickles Parker Reviews Classic Review Series. Hello everybody, and welcome to a brand new video from me, Pickles Parker Reviews. Today I'm continuing the series I started last week, my classic review series, in which I plan to review a story from each classic season of Doctor Who. Despite only releasing the first installment so far, a review of the season 1 story The Keys of Marinus, I'm making a change to future videos in this series. If you've watched my Ready Player One movie reaction, you'll be aware that I'm now scripting all my reviews that are in the audio medium, to add more of a professional and organised feel to my reviews. All my subsequent reviews in this series will be scripted and structured, like this one. Now today I'm reviewing the Dalek Invasion of Earth from Season 2, a First Doctor story. This story features the first ever companion exit in the form of the Doctor's granddaughter, Susan Foreman. It also sees the second appearance ever of the Daleks after their popular debut in their self-titled serial, The Daleks, or The Mutants aka The Daleks if you're weird like DWM or The Complete History. This story was also adapted into a movie featuring Peter Cushing as the Doctor and Bernard Cribbins in a companion role before Wilfred Mott. However, I've never seen this movie or the preceding adaptation of the Daleks' first serial, so do not expect any comparisons in this video. Now, the Dalek Invasion of Earth is a story that gets a fair bit of praise, even being proclaimed as better than the Pepperpot's initial appearance. I do agree with most of the praise it gets, and I think it's a fantastic story, a gem of the Hartnell era. It's an iconic serial. Scenes like the Daleks patrolling London, particularly them gliding over Westminster Bridge, still remain some of the most memorable in Doctor Who's 54-year history. It's the first time the aliens had invaded Earth too, long before the invasions of Cybermen, Sontarans and Siberians. My biggest gripe with this story, however, is to do with the Daleks. They're not in this story enough. I know the story is focusing on the rebels, but as the Daleks are in their title, I think they should have featured more. They were in it a fair bit, but as I love the Daleks, especially in the Hartnell era, I wish they could have been in it more, especially after that reveal at the end of part 1. The shot of the Dalek arising from the Thames is chilling to the bone, and it's shot perfectly by director Richard Martin. Come to think of it, all the direction in this serial is stellar, creating a real tense atmosphere that enhances the viewer's experience for sure. The design of the Daleks is quite something. I love the original livery of silver and teal, and the added disc on their backs is a nice quirky touch. I love the colour of what I gather is the Supreme Dalek, although I think its official title is the Saucer Commander Dalek. The black and silver is a wonderful scheme that I think the new series should take note of for a future encounter with the Pepperpots. On to the cast now with William Hartnell as the First Doctor. What can I say that I didn't say last week? William Hartnell is brilliant in this part. He's always a joy to watch, and interacts with any character he meets in an interesting and fascinating way. Recently I've really found a love for Hartnell's Doctor, and I really enjoyed him in this, especially his famous "one day" speech. So good. Next up is Carol Ann Ford as Susan, the Doctor's granddaughter. This story is an interesting one for Susan, as she does a bit more than just scream and get captured. It's nice to see her love blossom with David. However, I don't think I quite buy their relationship as genuine. Finally, for the main cast, it's the two school teachers at Coal Hill. William Russell as Ian and Jacqueline Hill as Barbara. I've sung my praise for both characters in the past, especially Ian. Both characters get their own subplots to handle, however neither of them are really present with the main band of rebels. Speaking of the rebels, let's talk about the supporting cast. They're all pretty good, very good in fact. However, the two that stand out to me the most are Susan's lover, David, played by Peter Fraser, and the disabled Dortman, played by Alan Judd. Overall, what did I think of this serial? I loved it, if I'm being honest. It's an iconic serial, and it certainly deserves that status. For the one-day speech alone, it deserves that status. There's more greatness, though. The Daleks are as menacing as ever, even if they are slightly underused, and scenes like them gliding over Westminster Bridge are just brilliant to watch. The main cast are on top form, and the supporting cast are brilliant also. Although a little forced, Susan's romance with David is rather intriguing, and a departure from the show is utterly heartbreaking. I give the Dalek Invasion of Earth a 9 out of 10. Next week I shall come back with a review of The Gunfighters from Season 3. Yes, I shall come back. But until then, there must be no regrets, no tears, no anxiety. Just go forth in all your beliefs and prove to me that I am not mistaken in mine. Goodbye, guys. So, The Seeds of Death, a good story. Pat Troughton is on top form as the Doctor, and the Ice Warriors are better than they've ever been. And you know I love the Ice Warriors. The whole TARDIS team gets something to do, and the idea of the rocket is a great one. One thing I will say is it, like a lot of early Doctor Who, it suffers from too long syndrome, and the story could have been easily narrowed down to 4 parts. But overall, it's a very good story, and I love the Ice Warriors, so bonus points. I give The Seeds of Death a 7 out of 10.